Welcome to Condiment Corner. Happy Valentine's Day from Idle Cravings. Today we're going to bring to you a wonderful Valentine treat just using bittersweet chocolate chips and our chutney. And today we're going to be using our delicious Orange Cranberry Chutney. This is such an easy dish, and believe me, people go wild for it. So if you're having a Valentine's party or just want something special for your honey, you could just whip this up in no time at all. The first thing we have to do is to just take a baking sheet and put some parchment paper on it. I just tore it off and cut it to fit the pan size. And then we have about 2 cups of bittersweet chocolate chips, although you could use semi-sweet if you prefer that. So I'm going to melt this now, and the quickest way to do this without much mess at all is to do it in your microwave. So let's go over here. Let's give this about a minute, and then I'm going to stir it and continue to melt it. It'll take about another minute, and then we'll be ready to make our wafers. So after a minute, the chocolate has started to melt, and you just give it a quick stir and put it back in the microwave for about another minute. You know, this is one of those things that actually you can make up cute little boxes to give to your kids or the neighbors or someone special in your life. Just take the wafers and put them in a box and then wrap it up with a pretty red ribbon, and you've got a lovely Valentine's Day present treat. Oh, this looks good. I think I could eat it right out of a measuring cup. So, here we have our melted chocolate. So stir it up well to make sure that all the lumps are out of it and whatever. Now, I did melt this in a measuring cup because it has a spout here. So, you know, if you wanted, I suppose you could just pour it on here if you've got a steady hand. But I'm going to try to control the size of this and make it more uniform. So I'm just going to take a regular soup spoon, because that'll make a nice size wafer, and just make these nice puddles of melted, rich, bittersweet chocolate right on the parchment paper. Now this 2 cups is going to make at least, a dozen or so wafers for you. And people are going to be really amazed when you serve this, because it's so elegant. And it looks like it must have taken, forever. And all it is melted chocolate chips. And then, of course, the important ingredient here is being able to put that orange cranberry chutney on top of it after it's set up. So, we just continue to make these wafers. And you can get a good dozen off of this size of a baking sheet. So, here we have our wonderful dozen. I'm just going to pop this into the refrigerator to set up, and then we'll bring them back out at about an hour or so. So we have our bittersweet chocolate all hardened. It was in the refrigerator for maybe half an hour, 45 minutes, and so they're still nice and chilled. And now we'll finish the assembly of this by taking our orange cranberry chutney, this yummy stuff, and just putting about 1/4 teaspoon on each one of our chocolate wafers. The combination of flavors is just amazing. It's kind of a surprise, but a lot of times you serve orange with chocolate, and the orange cranberry chutney, which has a little bit more flavor to it. So you see how nicely that fits right on top. And this is just about 1/4 teaspoon. And since it's Valentine's Day, of course, when our friends come over or when we take it up to their house to celebrate Valentine's Day, we want to make sure that we have a Valentine's Day sort of a presentation. So here are our wafers, and here's our Valentine's Day platter. So we'll just take these wafers and arrange them on each of these paper doilies in the shape of a Valentine to make it really festive. One of the things that good cooks always have to do is to actually taste their own cooking. And so here I'm going to take and make a special wafer just for myself. You know, one of the things that occurred to me that we could do, particularly if you were going to be cooking with your kids, is to take this melted chocolate and instead of just making a round wafer, you actually could make like a little Valentine heart, and the kids would probably really enjoy that. But right now, I'm going to try this. That is really good. The chutney has this sharp, bright, savory kind of flavor against this palate of this really dark, bittersweet chocolate. Oh my God, I'm going to have to put these away in a box somewhere. And I certainly can't tell Michael where that box is because he's a real chocoholic. Well, this was fun. So now you see how you can take something to your friend's house or your relatives for Valentine's Day. And you can also have it for any of guests in your home. You know how you can do it with your kids. So it's all around a pretty simple, pretty elegant, and pretty wonderful use of your chutneys. So until next time, stay tasty.